racing through the tunnel cause I see the light. And I'm about to give it everything I got in spite of all of my fears and all of my tears. I'm about to switch it up and start to change the gears. Definitely go all out. Ain't no time for me to postpone this, ain't not now. It's a downhill trip with no brakes, bruh. Know what I was doing, so I counted all the stakes, bruh. Dream catcher, I ain't plan on stopping, no hell nah. It's a crazy high from doing this like all the day, bruh. I'm so addicted to it that I can't give it up, bruh. It already got me hooked, no way of letting go now. Just so you know, bruh, I'ma chase it. Been running so long that I got shoes with no laces. Wishing of having a bunch of watches with a whole lot of different gold faces. Success coming soon and I can already taste it. Dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. It's a dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. It's a dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. I said dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. I'm a raider, Oakland raider, I'm a raider, Oakland raider, I'm a raider, like old school John Madden, Rich Gannon, and Marcus Allen. Attitude like John Gruden. We got loyal fans, they all rooted. Yeah, that's the sound of it. Let me hear it again, show 'em how the town does it. When we come through, just win, baby, what we gon' do? Got the other team shaking cause we hitting hard. R.I.P. Jack Tatum and R.I.P. Al Davis. Never been a traitor, I'm a raider, Oakland raider, I'm a raider, Oakland raider, all I make is high lifestyle, was Crabtree. Whole crowd do the wave, do the max beat. And my favorite 32, that was Jack T. I look better in a silver and a black tee. When you thought we fell off, Raiders right back. Only one eye and win, eye patch. At the Coliseum, about to make the fire crack. All I make is hard hits like Khalil Mack. Yeah, D-Card, we stars. Bo Jackson, jersey number 3-4. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, I'm a Raider.
Intercepted in the end zone by Charles Woodson. Second career touchdown on a punt return. Can you believe it? Return by Tim Brown. The extra point is in.
This was our finest hour. This was the finest hour in the history of the Oakland Raiders. To Tom Flores, the coaches, and the great athletes, your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
Yo, what is going on, Raider Nation, man? What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to another live stream, man. Today we will be talking about the 53-man roster for our Las Vegas Raiders. Preseason is over. The preseason cuts are over. Did your guy make it? Did he not make it? There's some guys out there, man, that got cut that you kind of upset about. Or there's some guys in the roster that made it that you kind of upset about, man. We will talk about it right here, man. First and foremost, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. We are 69 subscribers away from 1K, and once again, if we can hit 1,000 subscribers by week 1, which is a little less than 2 weeks now, I will be giving away an NFL jersey of your choice. Like I said, you don't have to be a Raider fan to win. Obviously, you know, we would like Raider fans to win, but at the end of the day, you know, as long as you're a loyal, you know, subscribe to the channel. You feel me? You know, we rock with everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll get into it initially. Before I give a shout out to the chat, which is what we always do first and foremost. Nothing surprising for me. If I'm just being honest, just right off the rip, I'm going to be real with y'all. There's nothing surprising about these cuts. I wasn't like, oh fuck, look we cut him. No, like it was none of that. It was a lot of these cuts were guys that I never even heard of in the preseason. You know, and at the end of the day, one thing to keep in mind, guys, all the Raiders draft picks that the Raiders drafted this year did make the 53-man roster, including Trey Taylor, the safety. But Trey Taylor did get put on injured reserve. I don't know if you guys been following him on social media or just have any forms of social media whatsoever, but you know, there's been a picture going around social media of Trey Taylor had his knee wrapped up and his knee was severely swollen. So, you know, not a great start for the young rookie's career, but you know, all in all, we can just hope for that we get any kind of production out of him, as he was, I believe, like a 7th round pick. You know, former Jim Thorpe Award winner for the best defensive back in college. So I don't think it's too early to call it quits on him. But all in all, man, you know, the entire draft class made the roster for the most part. So that's good. Not for the most part, but they all did. So that's good. I don't like the fact that Tyree Wilson's still on this roster. Obviously, it's smart for, you know, financial reasons and organizational standpoint and shit like that. Like, I get it. But, you know, there's a couple guys on here that I don't think should be on the team, but we'll get into that in a second. Before we get into all that, man, let's give a quick shout out to the chat. Actually, I didn't even create my chat yet, so apologies, guys. Just let me go ahead and get my chat highlight in here. Just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have it right here. There he is right there. Circus Raider, man, in the building. Salute to you, J-Dog. My dude, bro, in the building. Always a pleasure, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. Robert Pena, my dude, boy. What's good with you, Rob Pena? Jack Kenna, my 916 brothers in the house, man. Salute to you, bro. Cool Cav in this motherfucker, bro. Salute to you, bro. Hopefully you're doing well. Jerry Fuentes in this motherfucker gang. You heard? All eyes on G, man. What's good with you, bro? Hopefully you're doing well, man. We got the other end of the Just Win baby in the build, man. Nutty Raider Nate in the hizzy, man. Hopefully you're doing well, my boy. Salute to you, man. SoCal Sal's in the building. Salute to you, man. Hopefully you're doing well, bro. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday, bro. I wasn't live yesterday, man. I had to do some shit. My daughter wasn't feeling well, so. What up this day and age? He said, I'm here. Me here. Me here. I here. Me here. What up with you this day and age? Clifford in the building. Salute to you, bro. Hopefully you're doing well. KP's in the building. My dude. Hopefully you're doing well, bro. And I think that's just about everybody. I think I gave everybody a shout out, man. So we'll go ahead and we'll switch the scene over. Got the scene right here of the cuts. So let's go ahead and actually, I think I got the file of the cuts. I'm going to go ahead and bring the file up. Give me just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I downloaded the initial cut, so go ahead and bring that up. Close that. And go ahead and switch the scene over. Boom, we here, gang. You know what I'm saying? So these are the cuts right here. All right, let me go ahead. What up, Dirty? Salute to you. Snoop's in the building. Salute to you, man. Once again, man, make sure you guys hit the like button. So we switched the scene. So now you guys get to take a look at the players that we cut and decided to move on from. We'll go over it together. You guys can decide if there's any surprises here for you. You know what I'm saying? While I pour up, you feel me? Your boy Benther. You know how we pull up, man. You feel me? We got the Clamato on deck. What up, Anthony Provencio? I don't know if I gave you a shout out, bro, but I don't remember. But if I didn't, salute to you. So we got the Clamato. We got the Tahine online. What's good with you, man? Rulus is in the building. I see you, gang. So these are the guys that I have on the screen currently while I pour up this beer real quick. This is you got David Aguha, who's a defensive end. Never heard of him. Clark Barrington, a guard, never heard of him. Carter Bradley is the quarterback that played a lot of preseason reps. The Raiders expect him to work his way back to the practice squad. Let's see. Let me check my mic settings, make sure my mic, okay, it's good. We put Ben Brown. He's an offensive guard, never heard of him. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got in this motherfucker, bro? I just fucking had another beer. Gang, oh, it's right here. Ben Brown. Then we have Britton Brown. You know what I'm saying? You guys know how much I like Britton Brown, bro. You feel me? Unfortunately, Britton Brown hasn't panned out since his rookie debut. I remember he came out his rookie year and had that pretty good preseason. Ended up making the 53. Or I think they may have actually put him on injured reserve to keep him from other teams stealing him. But we decided to keep him around. Unfortunately, man, I don't know if that injury is what hurt him, but he's pretty much never been the same since. So, unfortunately, it's his time. Britton Brown's no longer on the team. Matthew Butler, the defensive tackle that we drafted a couple years ago, I believe he was like a 7th-round pick or some shit. He doesn't make the team. Even though I feel like he played well in that San Francisco game, it just obviously wasn't enough. What up, Daniel Berry? Wasn't enough to keep him around, so he's gone. Tyrell Bynum, the wide receiver, not surprised he's gone. I didn't see very many. He said David Aguha is a part of the football program in Africa. We can have one player from that program and they don't count as a roster spot. Okay, I never even heard of him. That's what's up. My boy Circus dropping a little knowledge in the chat. So yeah, I never really seen Tyrell Bynum do shit, so I'm not surprised he's gone. Andrew Coker, fucking cokehead name. I fuck with it. You feel me? Boy, up that big potter. Some of that snotty. What up, my opinion? Salute to you, bro. Cole Fotheringham. I think Cole Fotheringham's going to find his way back to us. God damn it, I just spilled motherfucking beer on my fresh Devontae Adams jersey, gang. I think Cole Fotheringham, what up, Freddie Chavez? I think he'll find his way back to the Raiders. It seems like every single year Cole Fotheringham finds his way back to us. So I believe he'll end up coming back to the practice squad or something. I actually like Cole Fotheringham a little bit. TJ Franklin, never heard of him, a defensive end. Woo Governor, the defensive back. I know a lot of Raider fans like this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of Raider fans kind of were like, oh, this dude's going to make the team, blah, 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 blah. And like, I mean, I didn't knock you. I mean, if that's how you felt, that's how you felt. You feel me? I didn't know nothing about the dude. I knew his name was pretty sick. Woo Governor, that's a pretty sick-ass name. But, you know, another guy that I didn't really see do much of anything, that's a great comment, KP. I don't know how Faison makes a team. It's probably just because of Telesco, man. He's a Telesco guy. I don't know. He was asked about that, bro, and I guess he just said that he's had a stroke of bad luck here recently. Obviously, Telesco likes Faison. I think Faison's decent, bro, but I think the only reason why he's around, bro, to be honest, is because our defensive back room in terms of corners isn't very deep, bro. Like, look at the guys we have. Like, we'll go over the roster in a minute, but we don't have a ton of veterans in there, bro. It's a lot of young guys. So Woo Governor's gone. Jaden Grant is that safety that took that terrible angle against the Vikings. Apparently, guys said he was playing better in those last couple of games. I don't know. I didn't see shit from him. Not surprised he's gone. Tulu Griffin, the wide receiver. Only reason why I know who he is just because of his name. Marquand McCall, the defensive tackle, never heard of him. Sincere McCormick, a running back that a lot of Raider Nation fell in love with. I don't know what the Raiders organization's seen in him, apparently, because they obviously let him go. I never really seen anything from Sincere McCormick outside of, that this last preseason. I thought there was a couple of games this year where, Sincere McCormick in the preseason. He looked all right, especially in that last game. I thought he looked all right, but just not enough. Unfortunately, just not enough for Sincere McCormick, and he gets let go. Another guy that, has the potential to find his way back to our team. It always seems like, we end up getting these guys, and they always end up finding their way back to the practice squad or something. So wouldn't be surprised whatsoever to see Sincere McCormick make it back to the Raiders. Like I said, I haven't seen nothing in him. I know a lot of Raider fans love that running back. I don't know why, but what up, Sinister Ring? Nice to see you, bro. Then we got Jalen McKenzie, a tackle, never heard of him. Dax Milne, a wide receiver, never heard of him. Jackson Mitchell, a linebacker, never heard of him. They got rid of Will Putnam. Will Putnam was the center that got into a fight with Max Crosby in training camp. He's gone. I think they'll probably find a way to bring him back if he clears waivers. What up, Raider 77? I'm glad that they see something in the kid. The only fucked up thing is I don't know if he's going to clear waivers. You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly like Will Putnam too. Fallon Sannard, I don't know who the hell that is, a safety. Noah Shannon, a defensive tackle. John Samuel Shanker, never heard of him, a tight end. Jaquan Shepard, a corner, never heard of him. This was a controversial one for a lot of Raider Nation, was Charles Snowden, the defensive end. He was cut. In all honesty, I didn't see enough of, oh, we got the presser on? Shit, we'll go ahead and play the audio. Oh, no, it hasn't started yet. I'm waiting for it to start, and then I'll play the audio. But, yeah, haven't seen a ton out of fucking Charles Snowden, to be honest. Like I said, he looked good in that last game. Just, I don't know if it was enough to really move the needle in terms of how this team felt about him. Athlete, though, 6'7", he's a fucking monster. Then we got Dalton Wagner. He was that mammoth tackle that we drafted last year or the year before, and the organization chose to put him on injured reserve to keep him around. Unfortunately, gets cut in the first wave. Well, the only wave. It's weird saying like the only wave now, because these cuts used to be in waves, but now it's just one huge cut down. What up, Charm City? What up, Ralph? Salute to you guys, man. Shout out to the 30 people watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't already. Should be up to about 25 likes. Let's see where likes are at right now. So we're at 35 people, 17 likes. Come on, we should be at least 20. James Farrell. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the new channel, James Farrell. I made a new channel. My boy Nightbot posted it in the chat. So let's see. Sam Webb. That's a guy. You guys know I'm a huge... What up, Clifford? You guys know I'm a huge Sam Webb guy. I like Sam Webb. Especially in this cornerback room that's not very good. I think Sam Webb's definitely got some potential there. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, I mean, he's got more fucking potential than Brandon Faison. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kept an injured Brandon Faison and got rid of Raider Paul, and we got rid of a healthy Sam Webb who actually looked decent in the preseason, looked good in that last preseason game against the 49ers. What up, Ron Renarski? He said, I'm a new sub. Salute to you, man. Chad Height, man. Appreciate you guys for pulling up, man. You guys know the autumn wind is a Raider, man. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, man, like I said, there's not a ton of these guys on here that's truly surprise cuts. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun White, a linebacker, never heard of him. Rayshad Williams, a corner, never heard of him. So these guys, I believe, were all waived, right? Yeah, those are all waived guys. So in terms of straight release, we released Cornell Armstrong, a corner, never heard of him. Alex Bachman, that was that white boy wide receiver that I kept fucking thinking was Dylan Labe. We released him. Zach Gentry, a tight end. Jalen Guyton, the wide receiver that we actually picked up from the Chargers to be a special teams contributor. I guess just didn't see enough. He's a big Telesco guy. Obviously, they didn't see enough from him. They let him go. But shout out to who's that fucking receiver that we kept, man. I can't think of his fucking name. I'll look at it when we make the roster. Ramel Keaton. I like him, dude. I think he's got a lot of upside to his game, dude. He's a fucking mammoth of wide receiver. I think he can be a huge red zone threat and third down threat for the Raiders. So I'm glad they kept him over this Jalen Guyton, dude. Like, Jalen Guyton's not terrible, but he's old. You know what I'm saying? They let go of Nathan Peter Goat. You know what I'm saying? God damn it, over here showing bullshit. Nobody gives a fuck about Resident Evil. We're here for football. All right, so yeah, so we let go of God damn it, I keep hitting the wrong fucking button. I got to get used to showing these photos. This should be fucking with me. So yeah, we let go of Peter Goat. Telesco was asked about it today in a press conference. And they said, he pretty much said the Raiders game plan is to go into week 1 and the regular season with only 2 quarterbacks on the roster, and to keep another quarterback on the practice squad in a designated position to move up for game day. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the new rule, but the new rule now to where is to where you can have an emergency quarterback. So say you can roll with 2 quarterbacks on your roster, but in all honesty, you'll have 3 quarterbacks, because you can have your practice squad quarterback as an emergency quarterback for game day. So that's the Raiders' mindset. They're going in there with Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. You know, 2 guys that, you know, Aiden O'Connell's still young in his career, but guys that aren't really injury prone. Like Gardner Minshew doesn't really get injured very often, and Aiden O'Connell hasn't neither. So maybe the Raiders are just going off that in terms of durability for these 2 quarterbacks. But I do think, like I said, I do think Carter Bradley comes back, and he does. Yes, that rule still stands, my opinion. That rule still stands. I heard about it on the another podcast today. But yeah, that rule still stands. You can still have an emergency quarterback. I don't think that rule's ever going to change again. They kept that rule around. Let's see. Yes, Pete made the 53. All right, so then they let go of Christian Wilkerson. I don't think that he really looked any good, to be honest, in the preseason. He had that one play I thought that may have determined his preseason fate, is when they threw it to him in the flat one-on-one, and he couldn't make the defensive back miss, and he just got tackled. Like, dude, you can't be a starting NFL wide receiver, bro, or like even a 4th or 5th string wide receiver, and you can't make a fucking 4th string defensive back miss. That was just a terrible play. We also waived on injured players, Corey Luciano, an offensive lineman, Ellerson Smith, a defensive end, another defensive end named Ron Stone. Ron Stone, I think his father actually played for the Raiders. So yeah, they got rid of those guys, and then Trey Taylor was the guy who did make the team but got put on IR. It is a short-term IR, so it's not a long-term IR. So he pretty much can't play for the first 4 games. He can come back after week 4 and then participate. But as of the first 4 games now, until the first 4 games, he cannot. So that's pretty much all the cuts, releases, waives, all that good shit, injury payouts. Darian Butler is another guy, but he's been gone for a couple of weeks now. So those are the guys, man. Those are the guys I got rid of. And like I said, there's not a ton of surprises there, just because I've never really heard of most of these guys that got cut. There's a couple guys that are out there that are like, oh shit, like I said, for example, the Jalen Guyton, you know what I'm saying, like Sincere McCormick. I'm not surprised he got cut, but these are a couple guys that I have heard of, but there's not a ton of them. You know what I'm saying? What up, Jolie? So, I mean, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but fortunately for the Raiders, man, we didn't have to really let go of no really good guys. You know, we kept them. Like I said, we kept all 9 of our draft picks. And the Raiders are definitely looking forward to going forward with their bro, I'm so lost for words, bro. I'm fucking retarded now, dude. They look forward to having continued success. What up, Flextown? So now we will go over what is now the 53-man roster. I got that shit queued up, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and go back to display capture. Let's see. I can't even see the chat now. It's just a white background. All right, so the Raiders kept 2 quarterbacks, Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. We kept 4 running backs, Zamir White, Alexander Madison, Amir Abdullah, Dylan Labe. You know, obviously this organization has some kind of hope and faith in Dylan Labe. I like Dylan Labe. I just don't think he did a lot in the preseason. What up, Furpo? I don't think he did a lot in the preseason to really hold a roster spot. But I think the fact that we kept him just goes to show that, you know, our running back room just isn't that good. You know, I told you guys this before, bro, like weeks ago. I felt like our running back room is the worst running back room in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really what it came down to. There's not a lot of talent in this running back room. So keeping somebody like Dylan Labe around isn't going to hurt the team. It's only going to benefit the team because, in my opinion, Zamir White, Alexander Madison, and Amir Abdullah, none of these dudes are really good, bro. None of these dudes are good really at all. You know what I'm saying? So there's some hope that there might be some electricity in Dylan Labe, and we're just going to have to wait and see how it pans out. The Raiders chose to keep 6 wide receivers, and this is new to me because on Madden they had McAllister as a running back. You know what I'm saying? But apparently he's a wide receiver. So they chose to keep Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, DJ Turner, Tyreek McAllister, and Ramel Keaton. I'll tell you this right now. I didn't have Tyreek McAllister or Ramel Keaton making this roster. Those are 2 guys that, in my opinion, looked really good in this last preseason. I thought Ramel Keaton probably had his best preseason game. That last game against the 49ers. The game before that, the Raiders gave him a couple opportunities. He had some drop passes. What up, Jason Downs? He had some drop passes that hurt. But, you know, he had some big catches in that Niners game, man. That 4th down grab with one hand, that was a beautiful catch. So he's a big body guy, man. 6'4". He can run good. He runs routes extremely well. He can be like, I seen somebody in the chat earlier said, he could be, you know, our next version of Andre Holmes. You know what I mean? And I agree with that. You know, at the end of the day, bro, you can never have too many big body receivers. You know, like when it comes to the end zone, like when you get down the red zone, bro, like you want big guys where you can just throw the ball up to them and go and get it. You know what I'm saying? That's why tight ends are so effective in the red zone and close to the goal line, because they're big targets. You just throw the ball up and they're going to go grab the ball from smaller DBs and, you know, unathletic linebackers, you know, things of that nature. So, you know, Andre Holmes was extremely beneficial to Derek Carr's career, especially, I think it was, 2 or 3 years he was there. He threw a lot of touchdowns to him. So, you know, I like it. You know, at the end of the day, this is a guy this coaching staff has faith in. And if they have faith in him and they're riding with him, man, I'm riding with him as well. And then the guy that stood out last game, probably the player of the game, was Tyreek McAllister. Let me throw it back a little bit. I think you guys may have heard me tell this story before. About 2 weeks ago, me and Charm City, I was playing Madden. Charm City was in the chat. You feel me? Watching me play Madden. I was playing with the Raiders online, busting motherfuckers' head. We went like 5-0 in the stream. So we was busting heads. I went 5-0, and between games, I was just switching out players. I was like, fuck it, let's see if we have a different running back than Zamir White. And that's when we seen Tyreek McAllister. And I'm like, dude, who the fuck is Tyreek McAllister? I asked Charm City. He's like, I don't fucking know who the fuck he is. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, like, the next week he goes out and just blows the fuck up against the Niners. Had a huge game, dude. You know, the punt return. The Raiders haven't had a punt return since 2018, and that was that Dwayne Harris punt. I don't remember if you guys remember that punt in the town in Oakland, where that shit, like, you know, it was against the Broncos. They fucking kicked it, and it fucking dropped all the way down to, like, maybe the 1 yard line or something. And then Dwayne Harris snatched that shit up, bro, and started running. And motherfuckers was like, run out of bounds, run out of bounds, run out of bounds. And that motherfucker said, nope, I ain't running out of bounds, bro, and took that motherfucker all the way to the house, gang. So, you know, preseason or not, it's been 6 seasons since the Raiders have seen a punt return touchdown. So that was cool to see. And then if you guys also kick returns, this guy is a kick returner as well, and he had a couple good kick returns in this last preseason. We haven't had a kick return touchdown since 2011. I think they said that was the Jacoby Ford touchdown, gang. So it's been that long, you know, but since we've had, you know, electric special teams guys. Tyreek McAllister, he's a solid player, bro. We got him from the CFL. He was a good special teams player in the CFL. He was a good CFL player. And, you know, not only the punt return, guys, but people, I don't know if people look at that touchdown catch in the same eyesight that I do. Because if you look at that touchdown catch, guys, that he caught against the 49ers, that was a great fucking play on his part, bro. That was a great play. You know how hard it is to adjust to a football in the NFL? And then not only adjust to a football in the NFL, but have to readjust to a football while there's like live speed. Like you're having to run from people, bullets are flying at you, and you're looking this way, bro. Then all of a sudden it's a back shoulder, you feel me? And you got to kind of, contort your body at a crazy ass angle the way he was able to contort his body. And not only do that, but able to score a touchdown on that, dude. That is a very underrated play. Like, to me, it's underrated. I don't think people look at that catch in the same hindsight in terms of like motherfuckers who really know ball. That was a great fucking play by him. It was a great throw by Carter Bradley, throwing it back shoulder. So yeah, man, like I said, at the end of the day, dude, there wasn't a lot of talent in this wide receiver room, guys. Like we were settling with Jalen Guyton and fucking Christian Wilkerson. Those are the guys that I had making the team. And it's because we don't have a ton of talent in that room. But I'm glad that a couple young studs have been able to come out and show their talent. And they've been able to go out there and make the team over these veteran guys. Because in all honesty, dude, Jalen Guyton's not good, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not good. You feel me? Shout out to the 40. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you're new. Subscribe. About 82 subscribers, give or take, or 78 subscribers from 1K, man. So I appreciate y'all. So yeah, man, I'm just glad that a lot of these young guys are starting to come up, because at the end of the day, guys, we have to keep it all the way at Beat there, right? We've been saying, you feel me, you cannot build your team through the free agency. Like every Raider fan wants us to go out there and spend a whole shit ton of fucking money in free agency and go get the best players, but that's not how you build your team. You build your team in the draft, and right off the bat, you see 3 rookies making it, man. Dylan Labe, or 2 of them. Tyreek McAllister is not a rookie, but he's been around the league a little bit. And Ramel Keaton, but Tyreek McAllister has been more in the CFL than anything else. So let's see. Tight ends, we only kept 3 tight ends, which is very interesting as well. We chose to go Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer, which I think those are the givens, just because, how high they were drafted, both of them. Brock Bowers being a first-round pick and Michael Mayers being a second-round pick, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are high draft picks. They're expected to be, building blocks in terms of what the Raiders choose to do on the offensive side of the football. Yeah, and I'm not, those guys are givens, right? But then Harrison Bryant, I think he's almost a given too. Just because, we gave him, a little bit of bread this year. We brought him in. I don't think they were going to cut him. They gave him a little bit of guaranteed money. They were going to see how it worked out. So those guys were a given. But the fact that we didn't keep nobody else is kind of weird. Maybe they're just like, fuck, Harrison Bryant took that big ass hit against fucking, what was it, the Vikings? And fucking, I don't know, it wasn't the Vikings, it was the Cowboys. May have been one where he took that big ass hit, that coffin pass that Minshew threw. They're like, fuck it, he was able to get up from that, you feel me? So, I don't think we're going to be in desperate need of either one of these guys, you feel me, to have to worry about them getting injured. That's all we can hope on, right? I do like Cole Fotheringham. We talked about him earlier. I do think he'll find a way to come back to the roster. I just think he's one of those guys. So we kept 9 offensive linemen. We kept Colton Miller, Cody Whitehair, Andre James, Dylan Parham, Thayer Munford, Jackson Powers Johnson. Andres Pete makes the roster. DJ Glaze and Jordan Meredith. Jordan Meredith also makes the roster. Those 2 guys that I felt like did not play well in the preseason. Either one of these guys. Andres Pete, maybe they have a thought of him maybe playing backup tackle / guard. I don't really like him at tackle. We all know Colton Miller is the tank that keeps on going. Typically Colton Miller just don't miss games. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Raiders are kind of hanging their hat on that. So we'll have to see how that pans out. But yeah, Andre James don't really get injured. Parham, like a lot of our guys really don't have injury history. So I'm not mad, at a lot of these guys. Like I said, Andres Pete. If you look at the rest of these guys, like who else are we going to keep? Putnam, Ben Brown, Wagner, McKenzie, Corey, Luciano, Clark Barrington, and like he might as well just keep him, dude, because the rest of them guys ain't worth a fuck anyways. Like there was a lot of hype around Dalton Wagner. What up, Jason? A lot of hype around Dalton Wagner. He hasn't really lived up to it. But yeah, man. So I'm not mad at this offensive line group. Like I said, the other guys we had on our roster weren't really very good neither. So I think there's going to be an all-season battle between Thayer Munford and DJ Glaze on that right tackle position. just because I feel like Thayer Munford's going to stub his toe getting up to get water in the middle of the night, and he's going to miss a game. So we'll have to see how it pans out. Yeah, I agree. Cool Kev, fucking Matador Pete. Defensive ends, the Raiders chose to keep 4. Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz, Tyree Wilson, and Janarius Robinson. Janarius Robinson, man, good for him, dude. The Raiders picked him up, I believe, last year before that, as a free agent. Didn't nobody really have a lot of hope in the dude? Like, he's still relatively young. Like, he's not an old player. And he's got some. We got the audio
camp.
From the press
we
conference.
Set goals and we
Let's
attack
hit
them
it.
every single day at training camp, from Costa Mesa to here. We just put in a lot of work. I'm proud
We're listening
of all
to
the
the press
guys,
conference
and,
right now live.
Now we got the season coming up.
What's your focus for yourself personally this offseason? What are you trying to improve?
Just improving mentally, just so I could play faster when I'm out there. I felt like a little bit of last year. Just wasn't as locked in mentally, just the ins and outs of the game, studying quarterbacks, studying offenses and schemes like that. Of course, it's something I've always done, but I took that extra step this year to be able to go out there and play a little bit faster.
Between the college,
I think this is Tyreek McAllister talking, bro.
Surprising to you or something?
Yeah, definitely a little bit surprising just in terms of the speed of the game and how much more efficient the
Or it
NFL
might be Chris
is,
Smith. I don't know.
And the quarterback play is super
Don't look.
exceptional
I think
in the
this is
league
Chris
as
Smith,
well.
bro.
That's
All of this is
things
Tyreek
that you gotta
McAllister.
account
Tyreek
for.
McAllister's got long ass dreads.
See
Man.
and feel a difference based on the focus that you put on it and then the results that you're starting to see.
No, absolutely. Every single day, I put in a lot of work. Like I said,
Oh, no, that's
just
Tyreek
improving my
McAllister.
mental towards the game, and it's still work to be done. It's never going to stop as long as I'm in the NFL and as long as the season is going.
There wasn't a whole lot of change to that safety room, so you're coming into your second year with a lot of the same guys. Can you just talk about the chemistry you guys have in that room and how they approach you out?
A lot of good chemistry. I'm great friends with all those guys in there. And just bringing GA in, our safeties coach, he's been a good addition to us as well, and he helps mesh that group even much more.
Where has GA helped you out the most?
Like I said, the mental part of the game. GA, he's all about developing players, and that's something I really, really appreciate from him. He's changed my game a lot ever since he stepped into this building, and he's a very great coach.
Yeah, I haven't got to him yet, Jack Kenna, but yeah, we'll talk about him at some point.
Obviously, two very super talented, super smart guys, and I take the opportunity every day to be able to learn from them ever since I stepped into those buildings. Those are guys that I look up to, and like I said, they go out there on Sundays and ball all the time, and that's something I aspire to do as well.
At Georgia, things were happening for you. And I would imagine that you get to the NFL, it requires a little bit of patience sometimes.
Absolutely.
Let things happen and come together. Is that something that was easy or hard for you?
I don't know why I felt like
I would
he
say
had
it was
longer
easy 'cause
dreads,
I went
bro.
through something similar at Georgia. Obviously,
No,
the
this is
program
Chris
that
Smith,
UGA
bro.
was, it's hard to
This
come
is
in there and
Chris
start as a
Smith, bro.
freshman, so I had to wait my turn and put
It's
in a lot of
definitely
work.
Chris Smith,
and
bro.
I had
It's official.
a lot of vets to look up to when I got in there as well. So it was easy. It's always obviously you always want to be able to contribute, but like I said,
I don't know.
just
Chris
come
Smith
in and
didn't really
work
do a
hard
lot
every
of
day
shit
and make
neither,
sure
bro.
I'm
If I'm keeping
prepared
it
for
a
when
bean.
my opportunity comes.
I agree, Joe Ellie. None of our defensive tackles pan out. That's another position we're trash to drafting at, bro.
I guess what was that experience like to be part of?
Yeah,
the
that's
expensive part of such a big game?
Yeah, that
Chris
was
Smith talking.
that was a crazy game.
What's popping once you hit stick stepper?
just
Salute to you,
down to
gang.
everything,
We're just
it
listening
seemed
to the
like
press
everything was
conference
going
right now,
right for
chilling,
us,
have a
and,
couple brewskis, smoking a little
all the
loud.
chips
You
fell
heard?
in our hand,
Turn
and,
up, gang. Hit the like
we just
button.
went out there and
Subscribe.
performed to the best of our ability. And obviously that was a crazy experience
Likes,
overall.
gang.
For sure.
We all got, man. We got your boy
Definitely
Benther at, man.
Probably one of the top 3 craziest games.
Let's go, man. Get 38 people, 25 likes. Get this bitch up to 30 likes, gang. I know y'all can do it for your Benther, your boy Benther. Switch back over to the scene over here. What's good with you, gang?
Always been an emphasis for me ever since.
Yeah, I'm not a
always take
huge
pride
fan.
in
That might be a
being
good
the
point,
special
Jack
team
Kenna. They
and,
might just be keeping around
helping the
because
team
Trey
any way that
Taylor's
I
injury.
can. Like I said, I always want to be able to contribute in any little way possible, and that's what I try to do every day.
Obviously.
Different.
Go ahead.
How different or how similar a player is Amir now that he's the guy?
He's
that
I
goes
like
back to-
Jaden
go back
Grant
to-
deserved it more than
He's
Chris.
like the
I don't
same
know,
to me,
bro.
For real. Like he
Jaden
always
Grant
runs
got cooked on that
hard,
run against the
He
Vikings,
comes to
bro.
work every day. Doesn't say too much. He
What
just
up, Ray
goes
Love? What
out
up,
there
Raider
and gets
fan?
the
We just
job
listening
done
to the
every
press
single
conference.
facet.
Chris Smith in there right
Real
now.
down to earth guy, high character guy. He's pretty much the same as I remember from UGA. Just the same great player as well.
sense though from him that he feels that his time is now.
Oh, absolutely.
What up with you,
like
Ja?
I said, Zamir
It's good with
puts
you,
in
gang.
a lot of hard work every single day, day in and day out, and I'm sure we'll see it when the season comes around.
You were there when Brock Bowers showed up as well. Was that some guy from California shows up and all of a sudden he's balling like he was? What was that like when you guys first kind of got an eyeball on him?
I mean,
Chris Smith is
from the
currently
first day I
talking
seen
right
Brock,
now, ladies
I
and
knew he
gentlemen.
was a
Chris
pro.
Smith on the mic.
Just like I said, similar to Zamir, just the way he carries himself. A guy that comes in doesn't say much at all, just goes hard and goes to work. And like I seen Brock make a lot of spectacular plays all the way back from the University of Georgia to now. So it's no surprise to me what he's become and what he's going to be.
Hell yeah! Shout out Brock Bowers. What up with you, mod father Jesse in the building? Happy birthday, man! You feel me? I know your birthday was yesterday, man, or Sunday, but happy birthday,
was that a big
gang.
moment for you in terms
Belated
of
once again. Can't say it enough.
Definitely, that was a tremendously big moment.
I got some chiladas right
Going
now,
back to
Raider
that
fans.
whole
Some
kinda game,
chiladas.
it's like a defensive
Sipping in my
throwdown,
Raider
and
Nation cup.
For me to have the only touchdown of that game, it was super special. I had my mom and my sister in the building, and my brother he played for Kansas State at the time. And earlier that day, he had like a super long interception or whatever. And
Yep,
my dad
Ja,
was
we
at
haven't
that
got
game,
to it
so
yet, but I
everybody texted
agree.
me like, you gotta do the same
We'll
thing.
get
like,
to
you gotta
it.
do the same thing your brother did.
I haven't even
So for me
finished
to
my
have
show,
that pick
bruh.
six,
The press
and
conference
for
went
us to
live,
have
so we
a
playing the press
interception
conference.
both on the same day in pretty big games. That was super special for both of us and our family, and it was a pivotal moment for our team.
It's good with you, Ocho. Saludos. Saludos, my brother. Go Raiders. Saludos, chat. Saludos. Shout out to the chat, man. Chat hype in the building, man. The Raider way.
Understand, and he teaches the game in a certain way that many don't teach it. So
What up,
that's
Khalifa?
something
It's
I'm
been a
definitely
minute, gang.
appreciative
Nice to
of
see
Coach
you,
Pierce,
bro.
and,
Hopefully you're
like I
doing
said, I
well,
got a
my
great
boy.
relationship with him.
That was the guy who won the jersey for 5K subs. All right, guys. So Chris Smith is done. We'll see how long it takes for the other dude to get over. So let's go ahead and bring up the 50. Oh no, he's already right here. Tyreek McAllister, ladies and gentlemen.
Making that transition to receiver, you played it before, but it's been a long time. What was the most helpful for you?
Tyreek McAllister, hot mic.
Throughout OTAs and coming in the training.
I think it's just the other receivers, like just helping me out along the way. Anytime they see me during practice or like after practice watching film, they just let me know like little tips to do. And Coach EB too, just helping me out, just keeping me going and just telling me stuff I need to work on the most, to be successful in this league. So.
Been through this process before.
Yeah, they do Ika.
You're making a team,
Right.
and I know they don't throw a big party
Nice
for you.
nice to hear,
but when
Khalifa.
did you kinda
I'm
get an
glad
idea
to
that,
have you
okay,
back, my friend.
This is going to work out right now.
I think I just got the idea just during training camp, just continue to work. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was getting better and better every day. So just going through this process, it was tough, but I felt like I did a pretty good job during camp, during the preseason. So I was pretty confident going into this weekend. But you never know in this league. So
when you got in the end zone twice, did you feel it as like, all right, I'm gonna be in the 53?
Nah, I still wasn't, because you never know in this league. I still wasn't, certain that I was going to be on the 53. Because,
Man, you knew
we
he
had
was
so
going to
many
make the
players on this
53,
team,
bro. He knew it once he returned that
I
kick
was
for a
confident in
touchdown
my
and had
game
the
that,
fucking
I was
catch
still
for a
gonna have a job
touchdown, bro. How
somewhere,
you not know you
what
made the
I'm saying?
team?
So, that's kind
The
of
league is crazy, bro. I'll give him
That's
that,
why
but
I
ain't
said
that
that
crazy, bro.
guys that make this initial 53, man, he doesn't have those conversations with them. They just should feel like they're coming to work all day. So how did you find out that you were on this initial 53, man?
Actually, I didn't find out until I got to the building. I was waiting because you get that call, but I never got a call or a text from anyone. So I'm like,
Tyreek
Tyreek
McAllister talking, ladies and gentlemen. I keep getting. I don't know why every time I say Tyreek, I think Hill, bro. Tyreek McAllister talking. Hot mic.
So that's about it, man.
Did that kind of infamous Jets Hard Knocks clip go through your mind? Like, I hope I don't try to get in and the door's
And
locked.
then Ashley, my dad was talking about that. He was like, "Did you see that clip?" I was like, "Yeah, I saw it." I was like, "Hopefully they don't do it to me when I get there." So yeah, that was going through my mind. Ashley, that's crazy.
Kind of took a chance on yourself by going up to Canada, but and who knows how that would have worked out. But in retrospect, now that you look back on it, how big was that for you to kind of open some people's eyes in that league?
I felt like it was very big. I would say probably the most important decision I made in my life to go into Canada because I knew when I was in Denver, you know, I didn't get to play in the preseason, so it was tough for teams to really evaluate me, knowing I hadn't played and just going off my college film. So making that move, it was difficult, but I feel like it was the best decision I ever made in my life. So.
There's been some players who've had great careers coming from the Canadian League, Warren Moon and Jeff Garcia, just to name a few. Did you take inspiration from any of the stories from guys that jumped from the Canadian League to the NFL?
I do. I watch a lot of guys around the league that's been in the Canadian Football League, like
Hell yeah.
Alex Singleton, that's in Denver, and also D. Alford. I think he for Atlanta Falcons. He played in the CFL. So
hell yeah.
I watch those guys and success they have now.
You a baller,
you
a baller, gang.
Kinda,
NFL gonna find you.
I can have the same success, so I come here and just do my work, do my job. So.
You have to get talked into it at all? Maybe your agent, like, hey, this is the
Oh, you was there, huh, Ray Love?
Like that was the right.
Hell yeah.
My agent mentioned it. You know what I'm saying, and he kind of took me through, you know, the ins and outs of what we could do. So. When he brought it up and he felt like I had no other option, you know, he felt like that was the best option for me. I sat down with my family and we figured it would be the best option for me too. So
clearly you look back on it fondly, so it's the best decision you ever made. What do you enjoy the most about playing in Canada?
I think just the overall game because it's so offensive, you know, minded because it's the big field and you get 12 people on the field. So I felt like, you know, they live for the big plays over there. So I felt like my game translated very well over there. So
after you get to the building and you go to the meeting, what's the first call you make that you tell, hey, I made it?
I called my mom. Man, I called my mom, and she was just so excited, man. She almost cried.
Yeah,
I think she probably did cry when I got off the phone, but I called my mom, then I called my dad because they know the hard work that I put in and the tough times that I've been through to get here, man. And just making the 53 roster where I come from, that's a big accomplishment, man. So you can't never look down on it. So it was very good. So.
What do you think teams have gotten wrong about you? Like, why did teams miss on you? What do they not understand about you?
I'm not sure. You know, I don't know. I just come in and I do my job every day. I try to get better every day, and I don't worry about what other teams think of me. I just worry about the team that I'm playing for and how I can get better and make them better every day. So.
Did any of the veterans, you know, in the receiver room, Devontae, Jacoby, any of those guys, did they like offer up encouragement throughout the process or advice at all? Or
the process of going through.
Roster.
Yeah, they always encourage advice. No matter like it's Devontae, Jacoby, even DJ and Trey. Like those guys, they always help me out. Any little thing they can tell me or help me out with, they doing it. So I appreciate those guys.
Talk about your time in Canada. What comes to mind when you reflect on your journey from, you know, prep year to Charleston, and now you find yourself here?
I think just perseverance, man. Just me going through.
Guys. I
feel like I went through everything you can go through to get to this point, man. So I feel like, you know, this is great for me.
I'm just being real, bro. Just because
you kind of blew up on social media with your performance the other day. People were talking all about you, like,
but we got to
paying attention to that stuff. People sending you videos, clips, all that stuff.
I try not to pay too much attention
and I feel like
to it, but
that, bro.
when my phone was blowing up, you know, you got no other choice but to look at it. So I was looking at a couple stuff, but I try not to let it get to me. I try to just stay focused.
We need guys who can stretch the field and make it easier for them to get open, bro.
I think you aimed the ball at somebody.
The Raiders got faster by keeping
it was my dad. Like I think I told somebody in the
Raiders
in
got
the locker room after
way
the game,
faster, and we needed
before
that.
the game, my dad told me, he was like, "Look, if you score, look for
bro.
me and throw me the ball." So that was my
speed,
main
bro.
goal on the way to the end zone. I was just, man, let me go find my dad and throw the ball. I know this is gonna make his day.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's been since
That's
Henry
how Elon
Ruggs,
was
even
being
before
interviewed live
Henry
when you
Ruggs.
scored a touchdown.
Like, we didn't have a ton of really fast
you saw him
guys
getting all
before
excited.
him,
What does
you know
that mean to you? Having somebody that means so much to this organization, and you're getting him all excited.
That's amazing, man, because, you know, people don't, you know, do that a lot. So for me to do that on live TV is amazing. So it was a grateful moment, man. It's amazing.
A lot of people were excited, obviously, about the flashy plays and the touchdowns getting to the end zone, but you drew a penalty on special teams as well. I mean, how much pride do you take in those sorts of plays? They're kind of the hard-working ones.
Right, yeah. I take a lot of pride in it, man, because, you know, the more you can do, the longer you'll last in this league. So, I mean, I feel like I didn't play the best game at Gunner, but I feel like, you know, I got a lot to work on, but I did a good job. So, just keep getting better with it.
So you got to get out of Marcus Allen shit.
Thank you. Thank y'all.
So that's the end of Tyreek McAllister. Next, we have Amari Gaynor. Let's see if he comes right on or if it's going to be a little bit of a hesitation. All right, looks like it might be a little bit of a hesitation. All right, so where were we at? Let's go back over here. So we went over the defensive ends. All right, so the defensive tackles. Christian Wilkins.
How y'all doing?
Oh, nope, here it is. He's back.
College, you kind of bounce back and forth between linebacker and edge rusher. How are you approaching
Amari Gaynor, ladies and gentlemen.
And then with the Raiders, like,
What up,
the
Owls?
team
Go.
see you at both spots? Was it automatically linebacker? Like, how did that process?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was prepare for anything. You know, be ready to play any and everything. 'Cause like you said, throughout my career, I played outside, inside backer. So it was just making sure I had those base fundamentals, outside, inside backer, and also preparing for the pro day again as big, strong, as fast as I can before I got here. So I mean, that was the main thing. And then coming up here on a 30 visit, I got to see the scheme and got to hone in on a little bit more specific stuff that I'd be doing when I got here. So that was
good, dude.
Was perfect.
How did you find
That
out
dude
the
was a
news today that you
superstar
were
all
part
preseason.
of
Dude,
the
look at his
53?
numbers.
Yeah, I found out on Instagram, social media, just like everybody else. A bunch of people were texting me, asking me, and they got no response. So, I mean, it was cool today to find out that I could, have a chance to help this team succeed and help this team win. So I'm excited to, get out here and play some football.
The first time you've gone through a situation like that, was there any anxiety or nerves today, or did you feel pretty good about it?
Yeah, I mean, I let my play speak for itself and give it all to God. I mean, that was the main thing. With faith, there's no fear. So, I mean, that was the main thing for me, just to, stay where my feet were and just keep working and
For being
keep grinding and everything
undrafted
else
too,
will
bro,
shake
that
out.
dude's
So.
fucking a steal. What'd they say about
Yeah,
Tom
so
Telesco when he's
conversation with your
undrafted?
family,
They say he
anything,
gets good
chance today,
undrafted,
just
bro.
to get their reaction to making the team?
No, not yet. We had a lot of meetings and stuff today. So, when I'm throughout the day, I'm
He's
not
gonna
really
be
on my
real
phone
good,
much. I'm locked in, focused. But I'll definitely,
Yeah, he's gonna be
get in
special,
touch
bro.
with
I'm
them
trying to tell you, there's
after
something about
this.
his
And
game. Do you just watch? Like I said, there's certain guys you just watch, they're gonna
enjoy
be
for the
good,
moment.
bro. He's gonna be good, dude.
At what point growing up was
I seen him
NFL
throw a
thought
49er
in your
lineman
mind?
to the ground, just throw him
Yeah,
over
so my
like it
dad
was
played for
nothing.
Florida State. He played receiver. And just growing up, seeing my dad,
He's
how hard
probably
he worked,
gonna start sooner than later,
at Toyota,
guys.
at the,
And 3
car
linebacker
dealerships.
sets.
always
Like
knew,
I like Musgrave,
I
but
wanted,
this dude's
I
way
wanted to play
better
football for the rest of my
than
life.
Musgrave.
So, I mean,
Or not
that
Musgrave,
was the main
fucking
thing for
Masterson.
me. My dad played with
I like
influential
Masterson,
people like
dude, but this
Dion,
dude's 10 times better than
Sanders. He
Masterson.
invited
What
us
up,
to the Hall
Wild
of
Turkey?
Fame, and I got to see the whole experience while I was a kid. And I got to see, a lot of the
He's
guys talk.
got great coverage ability, dude,
Shannon Sharp,
and great
Marshall
fucking
Falk,
great
and a lot of those
fucking run
guys,
stuff
and
and tackling
see
ability,
what it
dude.
took
He's
to
really
get him there.
fucking good,
And I
dude.
mean, ever since then, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
That part,
and
Jesse, he's good as
watching,
fuck.
30 for 30 videos, seeing,
He was
legacy
hands
guys.
down
So,
the
I mean,
dude who
just
looked the
putting in that work.
best looking
so I'll be
player
in this
for us
position.
in the preseason.
Florida State a little bit. How much did that experience
Nobody
there really
looked better
shape
than
you
him,
the player you
the
are now?
entire
And
team in
also
the preseason,
Jabarius,
bro.
teammate on that team as well. How much has he been able to help you here
Consistently,
in this
bro,
locker
he
room as
showed
well?
showed
A lot.
up
I mean,
game
it
in
took a
and
lot,
game out,
to
dude.
get Florida State back to where it is now. I mean, being down there in the dark days, having to, set a whole new standard and having to recruit guys, having to,
Amari,
be that
no,
voice,
I-
be
yeah,
that,
I think
leader
Amari
in the locker
Burney
room.
made
So,
it
I mean,
too. I'm not a
it was
fan
great
of
to,
Burney, though,
be able
to
to
be
be a
honest,
veteran
but yeah, he
guy
made
and
it, I
also be
think.
a guy that, held the standard and, led by example. So, I mean, it was great to come here and, being a younger guy now to lead by example and let my play talk for itself.
So Janarius also on that team as well.
Yeah. J-Rob, I had J-Rob on my team right there. Pensacola would go out there and help him with his foundation in Panama City. Been helping him. And then we got to go down there with Champ. So got to help Champ with his foundation. So, anytime, you got familiar faces, it's always good.
Yeah, Amari Burney and Amari Gaynor, I think, both made it.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, that's it, guys. That's all the players, man. That's Sincere or Tyreek McAllister, Chris Smith, and Amari Gaynor. Their press conference. We'll go ahead and back over to the players that made the team. So defensive tackles, once again, Christian Wilkins, John Jenkins, Adam Butler, Byron Young, Nesta Jade. Defensive tackles that were cut, Matthew Butler, Noah Shannon, Marquand McCall. So I look at it like this because I seen people in the chat, they were talking about, like, how did Byron Young make this team? Byron Young sucks, dude. I agree with y'all. He hasn't shown anything that's like been like, oh, fuck, he should make the team type shit, right? But if, once again, it comes down to the other guys that were on the roster, ladies and gentlemen, look at the other guys that we had to choose between. Matthew Butler, Noah Shannon, and Marquand McCall. People may try to make an argument for Matthew Butler. Okay, let's put this into spectrum, right? Matthew Butler was like a 7th round draft pick, dude. So, and he makes fucking no money. So, do you want to try to keep a 7th round pick around that makes fucking no money? He may have been a 5th round pick, one of those. That makes no money over, you know, trying to get something out of Byron Young, a guy you drafted in the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? I think the smart move, organizational wise, is to try to keep the young guy around that was drafted higher and try to see if you can get anything out of him. So I think that's what the move is here. To be honest, hopefully Byron Young's got something in the tank. I haven't seen much, but you know they drafted Byron Young as high as they drafted him with some kind of hope that he would be something. You know, like I still have a gut feeling that they drafted the wrong Byron Young, because the other Byron Young they probably should have drafted from LSU, I believe, is over there on the Rams. So you know it is what it is. So those are your defensive tackles. The Raiders kept 5. Linebackers, 7 linebackers, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot of linebackers. Robert Spillane, Divine Diablo, Luke Masterson, Tommy Eichenberg, Amari Gaynor, Amari Burney, and Kanai Muaga. So, I don't know if, like Nutty Raider Nate made a great point. I don't know if it's because of the new kickoff rule or whatever it may be, but this is a lot of linebackers to have. 7 linebackers is a lot. You know, I like Tommy Eichenberg in terms of what I've seen in college and shit, but what up, Arnold?
Streamlabs.
F. Dustin Aussie Cortez Sultan now back to the stream.
Damn, boy came in here with that British shit. He said, fuck Dustin, Aussie Cortez, and Sultan. Now back to the stream. What's good with you, Aunt? Salute to you, bro. That's how I always know Aunt's in here, man. I wasn't even looking at my chat, dead ass. I was over here just reading this shit, just hit me out of nowhere, gang. You know what I'm saying? So 7 linebackers. So I haven't seen much out of Tommy Eichenberg, dude. Like I said, there's a lot of hype around him. I don't know if he's been injured or whatever, but they kept him. Amari Gaynor is the guy. Like I said, we just heard him talk on the press conference. He's lived up to every single bit of him making the 53. Amari Burney is another guy that I haven't seen nothing out of. I don't know how this guy made the team, probably because the other linebackers that we had. Kanai Muaga, another guy, bro. Another guy that I don't know how he made this team, but if you look at the other guys that we got, Jackson Mitchell and Deshaun White, I don't even know who those guys are. So those 7 linebackers, there's 2 of them that don't make sense. You know, but the fact that we kept 7 fucking linebackers is fucking wild, bro. Like, that's a lot of linebackers. So the Raiders chose to keep 6 corners. Let's see where we at with the likes and shit. We got 31 watching, 34 likes. Okay, cool. 1 like away from 35 likes. So that we kept 6 corners: Jack Jones, Jacorian Bennett, Nate Hobbs, Brandon Faison, which this motherfucker, it feels like he ain't played in like over a year. I don't even know why he's even on the team anymore. Then McCarrion, Richardson, and MJ Devonshire. MJ Devonshire, I don't see how he's on the team neither. He stinks. At least in the limited playing time I saw from him. Sam Webb was cut. I feel like Sam Webb's better than Brandon Faison and MJ Devonshire. That's just my opinion. Couple surprises here. Brandon Faison and MJ Devonshire. MJ Devonshire, he wasn't even a high draft pick, and he's not all that good. Like I said, the rest of our corners aren't very good neither, except Sam Webb. I definitely think Sam Webb should have made the team with the 6 that we kept. I don't know what they see in Faison, another Telesco guy. You know, he's at best, dude, like a depth type corner, like your 3rd or 4th corner at best. You know what I mean? More like a 5th corner, but we'll see what he pans out to be, man. Obviously, they think he's going to be ready for the regular season. I haven't seen him all training camp or all preseason. So, safeties, we kept 4. Marcus Epps, Trayvon Merrick, Isaiah Palamau, and Chris Smith is who we heard the interview from. No surprises there. We cut fucking Phelan Sanford, a dude that I've never even heard of, and then injured reserve went Trey Taylor. I think that's why Chris Smith made the team. Otherwise, I think Trey Taylor probably makes the team over Chris Smith, who will probably be cut after week 4 when Trey Taylor comes back. So, you know, no surprise there. I do believe Isaiah Palamau at some point is going to be a huge contributor to the team. And then, you know, this is your special teams. Obviously, you got your kicker and your punter who are locks every year. And then this long snapper this year is Jaken Bobenmeyer. I do believe he is a former tight end, or I think he does play tight end. So that's all I got for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate everybody who came to the stream. Hit the like button and subscribe. Like I said, my time is very limited during the week, but we will be live on the Just Win Baby podcast, man, addressing these same topics. Depth chart, 53-man roster, all that shit, man. Me, Jack Bauer, Nutty Raider Nate, Pizzle, ow, bitch, and you, and not my fucking funny bone that just got smashed on that table. As always, man, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Go Raiders.